Tata Steel top boss and the president-elect of the CII, TV Narendran. Mr. Narendran, this is Nayantara. You're seeing a big thumbs up from the markets as far as union budget goes. I want to first begin by asking you your views, and particularly for the steel sector, there seem to have been a lot of changes when it comes to the custom duty rejig. What is it going to mean for companies like yours?
So yes, overall the budget has been positive from a CII perspective. A lot of what we've been asking for, talking about, reflected in the budget. I think the focus on infrastructure, the glide path towards the fiscal deficit, bringing it 4.5% by 2025, the focus on healthcare, the focus on stability of policy, whether it's customs duty or taxes or whatever. I think there is a lot in the budget which industry has been asking for, which we are happy about. It's got reflected in it. As far as the steel sector is concerned, we are positive from a demand side point of view, because with the focus on infrastructure, both rural and urban, and also the focus on metros and things like that, I think it's positive for the industry. Also the focus on manufacturing in India is positive for the steel sector. The customs duty reduction was in response to the rising steel prices, which is more to do with international prices. But I think bringing down the customs duty to 7.5% at this point in time, I don't think has any significant negative impact on the industry, because most 60% of the imports of steel into India comes from countries with whom we have an FTA, which is Japan and Korea, who anyway enjoy 0% import duty. So the 7.5 only helps China and some of the other countries with whom we don't have an FTA. International prices are still high, so to that extent, even at this import duty, I'm not seeing a big impact on the steel industry today. But having said that, I think the reduction on import on scrap is helpful for the MSME sector. On semi-finished steel, bringing down the import duty is good for the MSME sector, who are rolling a lot of imported semis. So in a way, it is addressing some of the concerns raised by the smaller players in the steel industry who struggled with high variable costs over the last months. Duties, and also the focus on affordable housing, and also rental housing for migrant workers. These are all very good initiatives, and that's helpful. And residential, so hence residential is recovered reasonably well. And then you have industrial, which is largely factories, supply chains, warehouses, which have also come strongly after the pandemic. So I think 3 out of the 4 subsegments of construction accounts for 60% of the steel consumption is looking good, so which is positive for the sector.
I go through the nitty-gritties and fine print of the budget document. There is a cut in basics custom duty for iron, steel, stainless steel, melting scrap. Also for flat and long non-alloy steel as well as stainless steel as well. So the net impact is importing steel and stainless may become easier. Importing of iron ore is going to become less expensive. Steel companies, remember, have been complaining about the lack of iron ore in the Indian market, which I will talk about with Mr. Narendran in just a short while from now. Currently, domestic prices are at a discount, remember, to imports from countries like South Korea. In China, prices have been falling in the last 1 month. A cut in duty is going to perhaps, Mr. Narendran, increase or lay more emphasis and thrust on Chinese imports. Do you see that happening at all?
Yeah, the import duty reduction benefits countries other than Japan and Korea, who anyway have zero import duty because of the FTAs they have with India. So it's for imports from our countries. Currently, international prices are higher than domestic prices. So to that extent, I'm not seeing a short-term impact because there's still pressures in the international prices, in the international markets of steel. Gold prices, iron prices.